Ever wondered if someone is going to betray you? It's a thought that can cause a lot of worry and anxiety. Betrayal can inflict a great deal of pain, both emotionally and physically. While it's impossible to foretell with absolute certainty if someone is going to betray you, there are some signs that could potentially tip you off. Today, we'll be exploring 10 signs that someone might be planning to betray you. Recognizing these signs is important. It can help you protect yourself from potential harm and heartbreak. It's not about suspecting everyone around you, but rather about being aware and attentive in your relationships. Remember, your well-being and peace of mind should always be a priority. So without further ado, let's dive into the 10 signs that someone might be planning to betray you. The first sign to look for is secret keeping. Now, we all have our little secrets, right? But there's a distinct line between a harmless secret and one that could potentially harm a relationship. Open communication is the lifeblood of any healthy bond. It fosters trust, cultivates understanding, and nurtures emotional intimacy. So when someone starts to withhold information, it could be a major red flag. It's like a slow poison, gradually creating distance and breeding distrust. This doesn't mean you should jump to conclusions every time someone decides not to share something. But if you notice a pattern, a consistent and deliberate effort to keep you in the dark, then it's time to take note. This could be a sign of impending betrayal. Remember, in the realm of relationships, honesty is not just the best policy, it's the only policy that works. So, if you notice someone keeping secrets, be cautious. The second sign is habitual lying. Now, we all tell little white lies from time to time, but there's a big difference between "no, those pants don't make you look fat," and "no, I wasn't out with my ex last night." It's when the lies start to pile up, when they become a pattern, that you need to take notice. Honesty is the bedrock of any healthy relationship. It's the foundation upon which trust is built. When someone consistently lies to you, they erode that foundation. They chip away at your trust. And without trust, what do you really have? It's not just about the lies themselves either, it's about what they represent. A lack of respect, a disregard for your feelings, a willingness to manipulate. These are not the hallmarks of a faithful partner. Remember, chronic lying is a serious red flag. Thirdly, flirting with others is another sign to watch out for. Now, everyone has their own unique way of interacting with others, but when your partner's way crosses the line into flirtatious territory, it might be cause for concern. Flirting can often indicate a lack of respect and commitment in a relationship. It's a sign that your partner may be seeking attention and validation from others, rather than focusing on the bond you share. It's more than just harmless fun when it causes discomfort and insecurity. The key here is to differentiate between friendly banter and intentional flirting. Is your partner dismissive when you express your concerns? Do they continue their behavior despite knowing it upsets you? These could be red flags pointing towards a possible betrayal. So, if your partner is flirting with others, it might be a sign of impending betrayal. The fourth sign is secretive phone usage. Now, we all value our privacy, but there's a difference between having personal space and actively hiding something. If someone is constantly shielding their phone screen from you, or panicking when you're near their phone, they might be hiding something. And it's not just about text messages or calls. It could be secretive social media usage or private browsing. Understandably, we all have our own private worlds, but when it becomes a pattern of secrecy, it's worth questioning. Also, pay attention if they suddenly change their phone password or if they're on their phone at strange hours. It's these little changes in behavior that might indicate something is off. The key here is a drastic change in their usual behavior, not just occasional privacy. So, if someone is being secretive with their phone, it might be a sign of betrayal. The fifth sign is constant late homecomings without proper explanation. When your partner consistently comes home late without a reasonable explanation or with excuses that don't seem to add up, it can be a red flag. This pattern might indicate that they are spending their time elsewhere, possibly with someone else. The essence of a successful relationship lies in transparency and trust. So, if your partner is habitually late and avoids talking about what's keeping them, it can be a sign of betrayal. It's important to remember that everyone can have busy days and late nights at work. However, when it becomes a pattern, and is coupled with other suspicious behaviors, it's a cause for concern. Communication is key. If your partner is not open about their whereabouts or becomes defensive when questioned, it could indicate something is amiss. So, constant late homecomings can be a sign of betrayal. The sixth sign is the cold treatment. Now, we're not talking about the occasional bad day or mood swing. We're talking about a consistent shift in how someone treats you. If you've noticed that someone close to you has become noticeably distant or dismissive, it could be a sign of impending betrayal. This can manifest in various ways, from reduced communication and shorter conversations to a lack of warmth or affection. Perhaps they're not as engaged in your shared interests as they used to be, or they're suddenly too busy to spend time with you. It's as if you're dealing with a different person entirely. Betrayal can often start with emotional distance before it becomes something more tangible. So, if someone is giving you the cold shoulder, take notice. It might be time to have a frank conversation about what's going on or consider your next steps carefully. The seventh sign is distancing from family and friends. This could be a subtle yet telling indicator of impending betrayal. When someone begins to pull away from those closest to them, it could mean they're preparing for a significant change. They might be slowly severing ties, creating a cushion of space to soften the impact of their eventual betrayal. We're not just talking about physical distance here, but emotional distance as well. They might become less involved in family activities, skip friends' gatherings, or seem detached during conversations. They might also express a sudden lack of interest in people they once cared about. Remember, these changes can often be subtle and gradual. You might not even notice them at first, but over time, the emotional gap becomes more evident. It's like watching a ship slowly sail away from the shore. So, if someone is distancing themselves from you and your close ones, it might be a sign of betrayal. The eighth sign is unexplained expenses. We all know that money can be a sensitive topic, but in a relationship, transparency about financial matters is crucial. So if your partner suddenly starts having expenses they can't or won't explain, it might raise a red flag. Are they buying gifts? Or perhaps they're paying for dinners, trips, or experiences, and you're not the guest of honor. The spending itself isn't necessarily the issue, it's the secrecy that's concerning. When someone starts to spend money in ways they didn't before, without a reasonable explanation, it can indicate they're investing in someone else's affections. It's essential to keep in mind that this isn't about playing detective or prying into every receipt. It's about noticing significant changes in financial behavior that don't add up. Remember, unexplained expenses can be a sign of betrayal. The ninth sign is frequent irritation or anger towards you. You know those times when your partner seems to be constantly irritated or angry with you, even over the smallest things? This could be a sign of deeper dissatisfaction within the relationship. It's normal to have disagreements and get annoyed with each other from time to time. That's just part of being in a relationship. However, if you notice that your partner is frequently irritated or angry, it might be a sign that they are unhappy. Some people express their dissatisfaction through anger or irritation. They might not even realize that they're doing it. It's a defense mechanism, a way to push you away, or a way to express their unhappiness, without having to confront the real issues. It's important to remember that anger and irritation are often symptoms of deeper issues. So, constant irritation or anger can be a sign of impending betrayal. And the 10th and final sign, trust your gut. Have you ever felt an unsettling feeling in your stomach when something just doesn't feel right? That is your intuition speaking. Our intuition is a powerful guide, often alerting us to things that our conscious mind might overlook. It's a primal instinct, a survival mechanism that has been honed over centuries of human evolution. If you feel like someone is going to betray you, it could be because you are picking up on subtle signs. Maybe it's a change in their behavior or the way they talk to you. Perhaps it's an inconsistency in their stories or a sudden lack of transparency. These signs could be so subtle that you can't even put them into words, but they make you feel uncomfortable nonetheless. So don't disregard your gut feeling. It's your subconscious picking up on clues that your conscious mind may miss. Remember, when it comes to recognizing betrayal, your gut feeling can be a powerful tool. So, those are the 10 signs that someone might be planning to betray you. We've walked through a range of behaviors, from secret keeping to unexplained expenses, and from late homecomings to cold treatment. Remember, these signs can be subtle and may not always point directly to betrayal. However, they do provide a starting point for you to evaluate the situation and make informed decisions. Lying, secret phone use, and distancing from family and friends are all red flags that should not be ignored. The same goes for frequent irritation and secretive flirting. Above all, trust your gut. If something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. We hope this video helps you navigate potential betrayal and encourages you to stand up for yourself when faced with these signs. Stay vigilant, trust your instincts, and remember, it's better to be safe than sorry. Thanks for watching.